What's going on, YouTube? It's James Shire Fantasy Battle Reports. Now, guys, for those of you who actually think I yell into the mic, I actually don't yell into the mic. I just kind of do like this, and I just say what's going on YouTube with a very raspy voice. It just comes out really loud. I don't know if it's the microphone or what, but it does. Anyways, guys, welcome to Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and here is another battle report for you today. And it's against Todd. Todd brought out his Vampire Coven. And if you guys watched the last game I had against Todd, it was a massacre. It was a bloody, bloody massacre. He wasn't expecting my list at all. Well, this time, it's a couple weeks later, and Todd actually knows what I have on the table now. So Todd is actually going to go ahead and bring something a little bit different with his Vampire Coven. And let's see how he does. Let's see. Anyways, let's go over what I have on the table. Let's go over what Todd has. Right here, you can see this is the Chicken Rock. The freaking Chicken Rock. Chicken Rock is a gargantula spider with a very impressive like war shrine on top of it. It is beautiful. It's a thing of art is what it is. Alright, next to the Chicken Rock you can see that is Goblin Baxter Joe. That's my level 2 goblin with a extra spell and Obsidian Rock. Over here I got a unit of 21 cave goblins with short bows and a fanatic. They also have on the right that is Goblin Joe floating there. And then over here I got King Koopa. King Koopa is a 1-up 4-up goblin with the obsidian blade. For those of you who keep on asking, what does King Koopa have on him? The Huntsman Spider is a 5-up armor for mounts protection. He has heavy armor, which puts him up at a 3-up armor, a shield, which puts him at a 2-up armor, and Dragon Helm, which gives him Fireborn, which is a 2-up ward against flaming, and also gives him +1 more armor. So he's at a 1-up armor, and then he also has the Sprout of Rebirth and the Obsidian Blade. The Obsidian Blade is a sword that goes through all armor piercing 6. The only thing about the Obsidian Blade, though, is that it kind of sucks in most characters' hands because they're only strength 3, strength 4, strength 5, so it's hard to wound. But King Koopa has one thing that they don't, and that is poison. Anyways, got 5 Goblin Wolf Riders right there, Chaff Riders. Over here I got on the left, that is my Giant Orc Horde. The Orc Horde is 37 Savage Orc Ed Bashers, or Feral Orc Ed Bashers with spears. They also have, well, that's it. They have the banner of the Iron Curse icon, or Iron Hide icon, excuse me, which gives them a 5-up ward against shooting, because, you know, that really matters against Vampire Covens when they're going to get shoot me and all. I got my BSB in there. The BSB is Boss Doom. Doom is a rocking mithril mail as well as a movement banner. In front of them, you can see those are the 6 Boar Boys of the Boar Apocalypse. They have Micanox Totem, which is basically anybody who touches them turns off their magic items. Behind them is the boss himself, General Zod. Kneel before Zod. Zod is a 1-up 4-up Iron Orc big boss, whatever you want to call it, warlord. He is rocking weapon master, so he has great weapon. He has hand weapon shield. If I had more points, and if I could find more points, I would give him a lance and paired weapons and every other thing he could switch, because I just want to switch weapons on the fly. But that's not the case. He is not doing that. I would also give him plate mail, which I don't have. Anyways, he has the Bluffer's Helm, which makes you reroll any wounds against him. And behind him, there's 6 Cave Trolls. The Cave Trolls have a magic resistance as well as armor. Over here, I got the A-Rock, the Mother of Dragons, the Breaker of Chains, the Tournament MVP, the Grease MVP, the A-Rock. She is the most wonderful piece of my army because she is super consistent with damage, and that is awesome. Over here, I got, for my magic spells, I got Gift of the Mother Spider, Sneaky Stabbing, Evil Eye. Then the other guy got Fix It Up and Evil Eye. Over here, as you can see, this is how we deploy. Now, Todd, I know this is kind of far for you guys to see. On the left, that is a unit of 10 dogs or dire wolves. In the middle is a giant block of like 40 ghouls. They do have 2 characters in that unit. Then he has a small block of ghouls with another character in that unit. He has a small Blood Knight bus. I don't even know what they're called right now. Vampire Knights, I guess. But there's 3 of them. There's 2 other characters on there. One's a White King and one's another Vampire Lord. They are rocking the vampire bloodline of the Blood Knight or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Something like that. It's not the Strigoi bloodline. It's the other Blood Knight. Or it's not the Strigoi bloodline. It's like the Blood Knight bloodline, whatever. And then he has 3 Varkalax. He's gonna go ahead and move up his dire wolves for vanguards here, and I go ahead and I decide I don't think I even move my wolf riders from my vanguard. We're playing with the 2 objectives. There's 2 flags in the center of the table, like on opposite sides, and whoever has more flags on there will get the objective. So he dropped everything first. He deployed first. So he goes ahead and he takes turn 1. Now, as you can see right here, this picture right here, you can see he's moving up. Now, part of my strategy here was, again, I always kind of keep the strategy where everybody's surrounding Zod, but there's a couple guys I always kind of leave on the flanks. Koopa's always on the flanks. One of the spiders is always on the flanks. So I go ahead and I do that, but I put the boar boys on the flank just to kind of like steal that objective later in the game. The problem is the flank that I chose to put the boar boys on, his Varkalax are on. So his Varkalax will actually kind of fuck up my boar boys, which is pretty bad actually. But Koopa's right next to them. Hopefully Koopa can handle them, but he's gonna go ahead and move up. The other thing I wanted to do with the boar boys was actually hit his blood knights. If I can hit his blood knights, they have the 2 characters in that unit that'll lose their magic items, and that'll give me a great opportunity to hit them with a pincer move with either Zod or the savages. Savages, who the hell? I don't know. No, I'm not gonna answer the phone. All right. The blood knights are the most dangerous things to me, and the Varkalax are the most dangerous things to me. I'm not too worried about the ghouls. I actually lined up my trolls against the ghouls because I figured the trolls will pretty much hold them up for a turn or 2, and then the dogs are just annoying is all it is. Magic Phase got 5 power dice, and he goes ahead and he tries to do a big fireball into the trolls, and he actually just fails it. So I'm just like, alright, nothing really happens, and that's basically how it looks. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Koopa! Koopa is charging into the flank of the 2nd Varkalax. I'm like, I got a flank shot right there. Koopa got this shit. I'm going to go hit him, hopefully do enough wounds, make him crumble, die, and overrun into the 2nd Varkalax. Take out 2 at one time. No, you're a fucking telemarketer, and I know you are. Alright, anyways. So Koopa gets in like this. Boom, I hit him. I'm going to do that exactly like I said. I'm trying to hit him, put it in a spot where the other guy doesn't see me. But if I moved him a little further, I'll run into the rock instead of overrunning like I plan on. Okay? So I go ahead and I move the A-Rocks, both of them, the A-Rock and the Chicken Rock, around the flank. I'm not worried about the dogs. The dogs want to charge into the Chicken Rock. Go for it, man. Suicide on the dog's part. But I move the A-Rock all the way up here because now I'm out of line of sight of his ghouls. His ghouls either have to march up towards my trolls, or they're going to have to sit back there, and eventually I'm just going to get into them with the spiders. So, not that I want to, because they're going to have poison. They do have 2 characters in there, but it's also going to slow down his movement, and it allows me free range of motion there. Anyways, I don't use my Wolf Riders yet. My Wolf Riders are just chilling back, waiting for the opportune moment to get in the way, and we're going to go into Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 3 power dice, and I go ahead and I do fix it up, and it didn't really matter. I try to do it onto the Varkalax that's in a fight, so that way he has to reroll his regens. So I go ahead and I swing with Koopa. First off, Koopa fears the Varkalax, which sucks. Which really sucks, which means that I'm hitting him on 5s, and he's hitting me on 3s now, instead of 4s and 4s. So he goes ahead and he swings. He ends up getting, or I end up doing 2 wounds on him with poison, and that's it. I don't break him. I think I did 1 wound, charge, flank, and he ends up losing a wound or some shit like that. I forgot how it works, but whatever. He didn't fucking die. Oh, he gave me a wound is what it was. He did 1 wound onto me. So that's why he only lost 1. But it's going to go ahead and start his turn. I didn't even move him out of the way. I should have tried to like reform and moved just over a little bit out of his line of sight here because it didn't work the way I planned. But anyways, going to go start off Vampire Coven, turn 2. Vampire Coven, turn 2. He's going to charge into the rear of Koopa, and this is exactly my fault for not moving Koopa out of the way, out of the line of sight arc. So he's going to get in there. Okay, so this is basically how it looks. He moved other Varkalax right in front of my savages, which is crazy chaff. Now the thing is, if I fail my frenzy check and I chase that guy, I'm going to be in the woods. Okay, so that's a very bad thing. Guys, I hear it in the distance. It's the ambulance. For those of you who didn't see my post on the 9th Age forums the other day, I said at the gauntlet, I'm going to go ahead and make a last place award, and it's going to be called the Ambulance Award, based on the fact that there's always an ambulance passing by during all my videos. Anyway, so he moves this guy into the forest, which is pretty smart by him. He's just going to sit there and just kind of like hold me up as chaff. My savages up for chaff. Savages are probably my best defense against, or my best offense against the whole right side of the table. But the left side of the table, if I give them a flank, that's just horrible, horrible, horrible. So he moves the wolves in front of the spider to chaff me up there. And that's about it. Magic Phase got 7 power dice. Goes ahead and he does Fireball. He fails it again. No, I Dispel Scroll it. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. Dispel Scroll. So, close combat over here. Close combat. He ends up doing another wound onto Koopa. Koopa goes ahead and attacks. And I think I do... What was this? Yeah. I got fucking... looks like 5 wounds. And he regens a shit ton of them. And I only get 1 wound off. And basically, he goes ahead and he swings, and he ends up killing Koopa. That sucks. Anyways, it's okay. It's okay. Koopa dies sometimes. It happens. But he's going to go ahead and reform this way. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I'm charging the A-Rock into the dogs. Why not? It's free points. I don't charge the Savages in, and I end up marching the Boar Boys out of the line of sight of the second Varkalak. And then I end up using my dogs now as chaff, because I don't want him moving forward. If he does move forward, I would rather him move forward just 1 or 2 units, not his giant horde. And it gives me positioning to move up my trolls and my general and all that. It also gives me this positioning over here where I move the chicken rock around the flank. And it's going to go ahead and start off Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 6 power dice. Go ahead and I do a big evil eye. He stops it. I go ahead and I do Gift of the Mother Spider. He stops it with the Dispel Scroll. And that was really good, because I was going to give Gift of the Mother Spider to my goblins who are chilling behind the dogs. Or, I'm sorry, chilling behind the savages and just shoot over the savages at that Varkalak with poison shots, but he stopped it like a smart ass he is. Shooting phase over here, I'm going to shoot the web launcher into these guys. It only kills off 1 of them. Actually, the web launcher broke. I just shot bows and arrows, and it killed off 1. And, yeah, that's it. His dogs blew up to my A-Rock, and that's about it. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Vampire Coven turn 3. Vampire Coven turn 3. He goes ahead and he moves the Varkalak in front of my Boar Boys. Can't do shit about that. He moves the other Varkalak behind his Blood Knights, and he decides not to charge because he realizes it's in a bad situation there. So, Magic Phase, he got 2 power dice. He goes ahead and he does an Invocation, heals the wound onto the Varkalak here. And that's it. There's nobody in close combat. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3, guys. And for those of you who are listening right now, if you want to turn down your volume, go for it, because I'm going to go ahead and scream in like 2 seconds. Like 3, 2, 1, charge! Holy shit. I'm charging with everything everywhere, man. Everything's going everywhere. I'm going to charge the wolves into the closest unit so that way they get out of the way. And they can't really fail that charge. I probably should just charge them into the Varkalak. But I charged the Chicken Rock into the ghouls. I charged the A-Rock into the ghouls. I charged Trolls into the ghouls. I charged Zod into the ghouls. And he was just like, you see his eyes open up like, holy shit, everything's charging in. And the Boar Boys are going into the Varkalak that's on the side. Holy shit. Oh, man. So, what's missing here? Like, my pictures are lagging. No, stop lagging, pictures. Stop it. There we go. So, everybody gets in. Boom! Like so. Now, I put my Chicken Rock on the tip over there because I'm trying to stay away from his 2 characters. Trolls are into the characters. Zod's into the freaking thing. And this is just going to be bloody. Magic Phase got 6 power dice. I go ahead and do Sneaky Stabbing. He stops it. I go Fix It Up. He stops it again. What the? Or I think I fail it. Shooting Phase. Going to shoot these guys into his Varkalak like I planned. I end up doing a couple wounds to him. Over here, close combat, he ends up killing off 3 of my Boar Boys. My Boar Boys go ahead and do like 1 wound. And he's going to stick there. I do have a wound and a banner. He did 3 wounds. He's going to basically just stick there. And I reform to wider. Over here, close combat, he challenges. Now he has this vampire. I think this is not his general. I think this is just like some character that's in there. But this guy is like strength 5, but has some crap. I don't know. Tulsa's teeth, Tulia's teeth. Why do people keep calling me? I'm not going to answer the phone to you, dude. All right. Anyways, and there's another ambulance. For the record, guys, I have a giant headache. And I'm doing this battle report as best as I can. And I got 2 ambulances, like 5 phone calls, and my headache's just like pounding. Anyways, so basically my general goes over here. Impact hits don't do shit. He fucking ward saves it or dodges it or whatever, right? So he goes ahead and he swings. And he ends up doing 2 wounds. He's like strength 7. That's what it was. He was strength 7. I had to do hand weapon shield to block the damage. But I fail myself. Holy shit. And he has divine attacks. So Okay, I gotta answer this text. Yes, it is. Anyways, so, and now this is lagging. So then he goes ahead and he swings onto the trolls, and he does 2 wounds onto the trolls. And I'm not kidding. He's rolling in horde formation. The guys in the front have two attacks apiece. His generals in there. Everybody's attacking, and he's just racking up the hits. And I have to count the hits on dice. And I'm like, all right, you got like 19, 20 hits, right? And he goes ahead, he starts wounding, and he's wounding a shit ton of them. There's poisons going on and all that, but there's strength 3. So I'm getting armor saves and regen saves. After everything's said and done, he's done 2 wounds. Actually, I take it back. He's done a total of 5 wounds. 5 wounds, okay? So then, I go ahead and I attack with everything. The A-Rocks, the Chicken Rock, the Trolls, everything. And boom! Holy shit! I can't even count that. It's just too many. It looks like 22 wounds, roughly. Oh, fuck. After Crumble, he loses 12 more. Holy shit. The only reason that happened is because he's steadfast. If he wasn't steadfast, I would have blew up that unit like kingdom come. But his general's still alive. The Chicken Rock is out of combat, so I choose to overrun with the Chicken Rock into his ghouls there. And that's going to start that fight there. That fight there, he ends up killing off 3 dogs. I think the Chicken Rock picks off the Necromancer. Yeah, the Chicken Rock picks off the Necromancer, and he ends up killing off a couple more ghouls. He's going to lose that combat as well and crumble a little bit, but it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Vampire counts turn 4. He's going to charge the Blood Knights into the flank of the Chicken Rock, and this is something I should have just left. Maybe not. It didn't really matter. If I would have left the Chicken Rock into the other unit, instead of overrunning here, it didn't really matter, I think. It would have helped out his combat over there, actually. But whatever. It doesn't matter. So he's going to go run in. Now, all these guys are like strength 7 right now. So that's going to be pretty nasty. And they're like just brutal. And he's going to go ahead and charge the Varkalak that's chilling in the back over there over into the dogs, actually. And they both get in like so. Magic Phase, he got 7 power dice. He goes ahead and he starts doing Invocation. Now you can see he only has like 8 guys here left. He's going to start invocating. He ends up getting a couple more. Then he gets a couple more. And then I stop the 3rd invocation. Over here, close combat, he ends up doing a couple wounds onto the Chicken Rock. And the Chicken Rock, I think he ends up just popping me. I don't think I even got a chance to attack because his Vampire Lord and his White King and the Blood Knights all just go and they just pop the Chicken Rock, kill it outright. They're going to overrun, and they overrun literally, I think, like an inch away. Like 1 inch away. 1 inch short. He needed like 7 inches. He rolled a 6 on Swift Stride into the Trolls, and I just lucked out big time. Over here, close combat. He ends up doing like 5 or 6 wounds, and I ward save them all. I go ahead and I swing back, and holy shit, pop that motherfucker out. I did exactly 3 wounds, and with divine attacks, he fails all the ward saves, and I just ended up killing him. And to top it off, this guy gives me -1 to hit and parry, so I'm hitting him on 5s, and I barely got the 3 wounds off. Zod, you motherfucker, you. Kills him. Chicken Rock, or A-Rock goes, kills off a bunch. Trolls go. He ends up killing off 2 trolls, too. But they end up going, and they end up popping the unit, just defeating the general. And even though I killed the general, he says that they don't all crumble. They don't get like ashes to ashes anymore or whatever, because his Vampire Lord inside the Blood Knights is going to take over his general. And my Trolls reform, Zod reforms, the A-Rock reforms. Everybody's facing this way now, and it's going to go ahead and start off. Oh, and over here, this guy ends up killing off the rest of the Boar Boys. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. Whew! Alright, turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. So the A-Rock's going to charge into those ghouls that are back there, right? And gets in like so. The Savages charged it to the guy who was chaffing him up, and I end up moving my Trolls as chaff in front of his Blood Knights and leaving Zod out to the side. If he wants to charge one character out of the unit into Zod, bring it, okay? But Magic Phase got 7 power dice. I go ahead and I do Gift of the Mother Spider onto the A-Rock. He lets it go through. I heal Zod 1 wound. Then that was about it for Magic. Everything else he stopped. Shooting Phase, I'm going to release a Fanatic into his Knights, hit them all, and I don't even think I do a single wound. I think I did maybe 1. Over here, close combat, he ends up doing 1 wound onto the A-Rock. The A-Rock goes and just destroys the unit. Holy shit, like destroys the unit. Only 2 guys lived after Crumble, and he is going to stick there because those 2 guys. Over here, impact hits. savages go. They end up killing off the freaking Varkalak. They're gonna overrun like idiots this way, and it's gonna go ahead and start off his turn. Vampire Coven turn 5, I think this was. So it charges Varkalak into the A-Rock, and I'm like, dude, go for it, man, because right now the A-Rock has a 5-up poison. Okay, that's nasty. Over here is going to charge his Blood Knights into the Trolls. Now, one of those Blood Knights, or I think the Vampire, the White King has a flaming weapon, maybe the Flaming Lance. So that's pretty nasty, actually. Those guys are going to die. Magic Phase got 4 Power Dice. He goes ahead and he does a couple of invocations, heals some wounds, and then Close Combat. Close Combat, he ends up just killing off the Trolls. He does one here, does another one, and basically I lose combat. I try to puke. I even fail the puke. I don't even think I did 1 wound. I'm going to run. He's in a chase, and he ends up chasing me down like so, and that's how the table looks right now. Over here, the Varkalak does a couple wounds onto the A-Rock. The A-Rock goes and just pops the Varkalak. Thunderstomp kills the last 2 ghouls, and the A-Rock is free to do whatever she wants, and basically that's how the table looks. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I don't know. I thought it was 5. Whatever. The freaking Fanatic comes back through my savages, ends up killing off 2 of the savages, and ends up dying in the woods. Alright. The savages reform, turn this way. I leave the goblins there to try to shoot at that fucking Varkalak over there, and I end up turning Zod to face the goblins because it's not in this picture, but I do it later, because basically either he charges the flank of Zod, which doesn't really care or matter, and if he charges into the goblins, Zod, they'll be steadfast, and Zod will just charge in next turn. Magic Phase got 7 Power Dice. Go ahead and I do an Evil Eye onto him. It does a wound or 2. Go ahead and I do Gift of the Mother Spider. He lets it go through. And then I use the attribute to start healing the A-Rock. Then I go ahead and I do Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, I do all the poison shots into the Varkalak, and back. Holy shit! 5 fucking poisons. He can't save them all. That Varkalak is dead. Holy shit. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Vampire Count's turn, whatever this is. Magic Phase, he gets... he just goes straight into Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he goes into Invocation, tries to heal off his Blood Knights, and he freaking miscasts big time. Takes a big damage. Only, like, I think he did it to heal wounds, and he ends up doing the same amount of wounds back. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins. I end up measuring this out. My Goblins can march all the way up to that point. Get that banner. He has the banner right now that's closest to his Knights. His Knights are the last ones remaining, so I go ahead and I move the A-Rock, move the Zod, move the Savages all facing his guys, and as long as I contest that spot, I'll win the objective because my Goblins will have the ones back there, so I'll be able to do this. Right now I move both Goblin Shamans out of the units because they're not in danger. It's going to go ahead and start off Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 9 Power Dice. Go ahead and I do Sneaky Stabbing and Gift to the Mother Spider, basically, because if he wants to charge it to me, I'm going to have Poison Orcs and Armor Piercing Orcs, and that's going to be nasty. And it's going to go ahead and start off his last turn. Vampire Counts turn 6. Vampire Counts turn 6. Charges into my Orcs. Like, I mean, why not? It's at this point, basically that's the last unit remaining. Why not? I'm going to charge him if he doesn't charge me. So he goes in. Magic Phase gets 9 Power Dice, goes ahead and heals that last wound that he just miscasted last time. It's going to go into Close Combat, excuse me. Close Combat, he challenges because he has to with his Blood Knight. I give him my champ. He kills my champ with 3 wounds. Not even maxed, just 3 wounds. Then he goes ahead and he uses his White King, and his White King picks out Doom and does double wounds. He got 1 wound through my Mithril Mail and my Ward Save, and it does double wounds and kills Boss Doom. That sucked. I go ahead and I swing and I end up killing, I think, like the Blood Knight. I killed like two or 3. Yeah, I'm sorry. I killed all 3 Blood Knights, but that was it. And it's gonna start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 6. Zod is charging into the flank of these guys. It's gonna happen. Magic Phase. Come on. I got 7 Power Dice. I give Zod poison. I give them Fix It Up, and he challenges. Zod accepts, and basically Zod just impact hits alone, or not impact hits alone, but basically Zod took it like a champ, destroyed the guy, and the last guy's gonna crumble, and holy shit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Holy shit, you kicked his ass, he got a 20-0. It was not a 20-0. He ended up killing off the Chicken Rock. He ended up killing off my dogs, my Boar Boys, Koopa. That's a good chunk of points. It was actually a 19-1. Even though I took banners and this general and all that, it still was a 19-1. And the objective. But holy shit, was that was a very interesting game. It was a lot tougher of a game than the previous game I played against Todd. Um, his vampire characters, I mean, it is a little bit point heavy on characters with the Blood Knight characters and all that. I was talking to him about it. I honestly believe he could do a character like that though, and give him the same setup as Zod on a freaking Coven throne thing. You know, the giant like chariot, and he would kick ass in that with a bluffer's helm. Holy shit, would he kick ass? Actually, is it a large target? If it's a large target, he can't use the bluffer's helm. That's interesting. But, um, but yeah, I mean, this game, my MVP. I'm actually going to give my MVP to the A-Rock. The A-Rock took out the big unit of ghouls, took out a small unit of ghouls, took out the necromancers that was doing the fire damage, and the A-Rock was probably the most consistent damage output. Zod was pretty solid in the game and was a good leadership bubble that was needed, and the Savages were a good threat. Chicken Rock didn't do as much as they needed to, but the Trolls really were solid as well. They took a lot of damage, and I learned that from another game, like 2 games ago from when I was playing Todd, how much damage the Trolls could take from a giant unit of ghouls. So Trolls were really good against ghouls, and that basically showed in this game. Besides that, guys, I did get another game immediately after this one, and it was against Joe Pecoraro, who's applying for Team USA for ETC next year. So that's going to be a fun game. He brought his Ogre Cons, which are an old-time favorite of his. If you guys have been watching my channel for quite some time, you might know them as the albino alien ogres. I haven't seen them since last year's WCW, which is almost a year ago, actually, back in 8th edition. So that's going to be a very fun game. It's going to be quite a good game. You guys are going to have fun watching that. But until next time, guys, I'm out of here. I have a headache. I'm not feeling so great, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and before I say peace, guys, help me out on Patreon. I have a Patreon set up. I'm going to put the link down below. It'll help support me for Spain next year. If you guys are a fan of the channel, go ahead and go out to Patreon. Anything helps. $1 a month. Anything, any kind of contribution helps. But I do want to put out some awards out there for people who are patrons. So I might be able to do like what is that called? Like Vince does, where we're able to do like a live chat on YouTube with some of my patrons or something on that note. But either way, guys, keep watching, keep supporting, and I'll be there, and I will have my next video up as soon as I can make it. Alright, guys, take care, and peace.